Okay, nasai minasan. Today we are gonna talk about the final episode to Ohsama Sentai King Ohger. Finally, the story has ended, but don't worry, we still have, I think, at least 2 more movies surrounding Ohsama Sentai, and that is Ohsama Sentai and Dawn Brothers crossover and another movie, which is a crossover between Ohsama Sentai and KuroIruka itself. So we still have 2 more movies before we wrap the story up. It is gonna be a lot of fun moving forward. Especially we are gonna go into Bugnarak Sentai Boom Boom Ja, and I'm excited. Okay, so but before we talk about Boom Boom Ja, before we jump into the Boom Boom, let us talk about the last episode of Ohsama Sentai, because this episode is, not gonna lie, a really emotional one, because how they actually figure out to kind of store the power that they're gonna gather from the people itself of the entire Terra is because the scientist in the Secret of Rakles, I forgot what is her name already, but she is the one that inspired the scientist boy to figure out like, hey, we can use the sugar soul to as a capsule, as a vessel to store all those energy from the people itself. And that is really amazing. And this is something that I really did not see coming, but like asking the entire world to rise up their hand, to surrender their life to kind of like to their cause. It sounds a little bit similar to when Goku uses the spirit bomb and all the stuff. So this Ohsama Sentai, it went from Avengers Endgame to Dragon Ball, and lastly we go to Gurren Lagann, because god damn it, when you look at the big mecha fighting with one another, Dagadedot versus God King Ohger, it is really fantastic for us to actually get to see that. And I really respected the fact that the Shugod actually choose to sacrifice their own body just to get rid of Dagadedot, because they know that there is a possibility, you know, like if even they loses their body, it is fine. The body can be rebuilt, but as long their soul is still there, they can always be resurrected. So that is really fantastic and really amazing that we actually get to see from the story itself, because throughout the entire so-called final war with Dagadedot itself, we don't actually get to see the Shugod making any move towards Dagadedot. We only see the Bugnarak, we see the people, but we don't actually get to see what the Shugod actually do to change the status quo of the war itself until the very last moment of the episode itself. So that is really amazing, and I really love it. Another thing that I really love about this final episode is that I felt like the writer of the series really pay attention to a lot of things that they set up throughout the episode. They did not forget about the fact that Desanara is actually the uncle of Jeremy, and that is why when we actually get to see Desanara using an ability that is quite similar to Fang of Defiance, that is how he is able to talk down Kamejin. That ability is the same as the one we saw how Jeremy actually uses it. Like they are like, he grew kind of like a spider leg and then like crushes Kamejin, something like that. And we learned this is because like we learned that Desanara is actually kind of like a relative towards Jeremy itself. So it really is really interesting. And another thing that I really did not see coming is regarding Tarantula Abyss. Like the Tarantula Abyss is actually trying to follow Desanara into the afterlife. So that is really sad. Okay, so we are not sure what is gonna happen to Tarantula Abyss. Like is Jeremy gonna take care of it, or is it gonna like what is gonna happen to Tarantula Abyss? It almost made me feel like, hey, I want a spin-off story just to talk about the story of Tarantula Abyss. Maybe it's just me that I care so much about a little tiny spider but hey, the tiny spider is important. Okay, so that is really, really fantastic. And I think after we talk about so many stuff regarding the final episode, there are a few things that I would like to talk about that is not really related to the final episode of the series, but rather than it is actually regarding the fact on how Japan is able to produce such an amazing quality in terms of tokusatsu show itself. And I felt like we need to give props to the voice actor industry in Japan, because without them, I felt like tokusatsu is gonna be really cringe, especially every single time when they like go into their monster form, they henshin into their Super Sentai form or into their rider form. It's gonna be cringy as hell if the actor is not able to portray the emotion properly through voiceover itself. Okay, so I just have to give props to the voice actors of the industry, that you guys set the groundwork for a successful tokusatsu show, and we get to see it today in Ohsama Sentai. So really fantastic. Okay, so without further ado, I want to ask the final question for all of you, and that is, what do you think of the ending of Ohsama Sentai? Okay, so do you love it? Do you hate it? I feel like this series has been fantastic. The first half of the series, not gonna lie, is a little bit tough to go through because it's just the usual routine Super Sentai series, monster of the week bullshit. And when it reached the second half of the season, I was like, damn, they went all out. The story went from a 5 to a 10 real quick, and I love it. Okay, I really love it. And I feel like this the entire cast of Ohsama Sentai is really strong. None of the king felt like they are like more like better than the rest of the kings. All of them have their own personality, and I love every single one of them. There's no one that is stood out in particular or something like that. Okay, I feel like the last one for me to like really love and really like adore their character is definitely gonna be Himeno. But by the end, damn, Himeno turns out to be I really like her character, okay, at the end of the story. So this is really fantastic. I felt like the story writer, the director, everyone that is involved in making Ohsama Sentai, I really respect you. You are amazing, and that is just something that I just want to give props to all of you, man. Like, oh my god. So I think this is a very fun series. We get to see a lot of amazing things, but let us not forget about the most annoying character in the show, the annoying head guy. Why is he even there? Why do we have a special dedicated scene for him at the end of the episode? I don't know, but he is there, and yeah, we just have to live with it. That is all from me. If you made this far into the video, I just want to say thank you so much for being with me for the past 1 year, going through Ohsama Sentai with me. I hope you're gonna stick with me through Boom Boom Ja as well. If it's good, it's gonna be amazing. If it's bad, let us make fun of it together. Okay, so that is a promise. So the word I want you to comment if you made this far into the video is definitely gonna be NASCAR, because next season of next Sentai series is gonna be car related, and one of the best car is gonna be the NASCAR. Okay, so NASCAR. Goodbye, sayonara.